Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We are in the year of Peach Fuzz. Pantone recently announced that Peach Fuzz is the color for 2024, and at this point it is just an annual tradition because for the past 2 years I've done a tutorial based off the Pantone color. So 2022 was Very Perry, then last year was Viva Magenta, and then 2024 is Peach Fuzz. So I'll have those videos in the cards and also in the description down below. But today, if you guys want to see how I got this makeup look and just honestly a lot of eye candy, I show you a lot of peachy makeup products in my collection. I spent this morning just like going through all of my makeup trying to find Peach Fuzz makeup. So it's a very chill, chatty makeup video. I honestly get so excited filming these because I think if you know me, you know that I like to be monochromatic. So this is just everything. So with that being said, let's get started with the Peach Fuzz tutorial. Got my peach sweater on and my matching peach hair clip, and we're actually going to be starting the video off with skincare. I got a PR package from a New Zealand skincare brand called No Bad Days, and as soon as I got it I knew I was going to mention it in my Peach Fuzz tutorial because this is literally peach. Like their whole branding and everything is peach, and this is their soothing and clarifying clay mask. And what's so cool about this mask is that the mask is literally the color of Peach Fuzz, and as you can see I've been actually using this quite a lot and I really do like it. I feel like on camera it's coming on a little white. I feel like, you know, with skincare you don't see a lot of color in terms of the actual product. It's usually in the packaging, and I actually really do like this clay mask because it doesn't dry down like other typical clay masks. It kind of just sits on your face, so it really is soothing and clarifying. Sometimes with clay masks, once it dries down, it can kind of like tighten your skin maybe a little too much, I feel, you know? So this I really do enjoy, and it's so soothing. And I love that it's like a New Zealand skincare brand as well. So I'm just gonna leave this mask on for about 10 minutes, but also from the same brand, they have this Himalayan pink salt facial spray with watermelon. Again, the packaging, it's all peach and it's just so perfect. So I really want to introduce you guys to this brand. Not sponsored or anything, they just sent me PR, but I just thought like, how perfect is this for the Peach Fuzz year. I just washed the mask off and my skin feels so good, and I was doing my normal skincare routine off camera, but I was putting on my serum and I was like, wait, this can be part of the video as well. Okay, this is the Marian May Niacinamide Brightening Serum. It's not Peach Fuzz, but it is peachy. I just wanted to add that in. Alright, so skin prep is on. I just put in my contacts. I don't have like a very peachy, actually no, ODEN'S has one. ODEN'S has a VV peach or something. I think it's Spanish peach, they do have it, but the contacts that I'm wearing today is from Moodylenses. This is the shade Amber Tears, and I wouldn't say it's like super peachy, but the inner part does have like a peachy tint to it, and I feel like it's gonna complement the peachy makeup look that we're gonna do today. So on my eyes is Moodylenses. For primer, I'm gonna be going in with the Tear Tone Up Essence. That kind of does look like Peach Fuzzy a little bit. When I first saw the color, I was like, this is gonna be such an easy tutorial to find products on. But I realized that a lot of peach in makeup, it's usually a bit more like peachy pink. Whereas I feel like the Pantone Peach Fuzz color is a little bit more like a true orange peach. And I'm like, am I just colorblind? Because I always look at the Pantone color and I'm like, yep, tutorial is going to be easy. But every time I've done it for like the past 2 years now, undertone is a thing and it changes a lot. For foundation today, I'm gonna go in with the Can Make Luminous Luna Pack. And the reason why I'm gonna use this is because I wanna use my Real Techniques foundation brush because it's a little bit peachy. And with this foundation, I like to use this brush with it. So we're gonna use this. So I kind of just like to get an even layer on. So yeah, I did realize that the Peach Fuzz, it was actually kind of hard because I thought it was going to be so easy because I think peach is such a strong color in makeup, but to my surprise it was actually kind of hard to like pinpoint a peach fuzz color because the peach fuzz color is actually quite light. So that's why I felt like it's sort of like a off beige in a way, like a peachy beige. For concealer, I'm just going in with the Cover Perfection Pot Concealer from the same. Now we're getting started with the peachy makeup. I'm gonna go in with a liquid blush. So the first one is the M Cosmetics Color Drop in Pink Nectar. So you can see that this has a very strong like pinky underbase if we're gonna compare it to like my sweater, for example, where I think my sweater is like a good comparison. So we're just gonna keep comparing it here. The next contender is the Stila Blush Stick in Sheer Gabera. Again, a little bit more pinky, but I feel like not as pinky as the M Cosmetics. And then my last option is from House of Her. It's their Moist Ampoule Blusher, where this is just more like a nude peachy blush. It's not like super peachy when you look at it, but I feel like, you know, could be a good option. But when you blend it out, it has like a subtle peachy look to it. But I think for this look, I'm gonna go in with the Stila Blush Stick. So just using a brush to apply it on. And this, yeah, it's very pinky. And I don't have like a peach powder. I wonder if there is a brand that has a peach powder. I'm just gonna go in with the Judy Doll Loose Powder because the packaging is somewhat peachy pinkish. So I'm gonna go in with this one today. I haven't used this powder in a while actually, and I'm just reminded why. I love it. I don't know if it's just because I have oily skin, but I will always love a matte base. Now we're gonna go in with pressed powder, and ColourPop actually has a pressed powder in a peachy packaging, so we're gonna use this today. Now onto the eyes, and as you can tell, I already did one eye off a camera. I just wanted to figure out which palette I wanted to use. I automatically thought of the ColourPop 9 pan palette, specifically the Baby Got Peach palette, but like I've been mentioning is that there is a strong difference of a pinky peach and a true orange peach, which is what Peach Fuzz is. So when I look at the Baby Got Peach, honestly, it looks very pinky peach to me. I think there's a few shades here that's a bit more orangey, but overall I didn't really feel like this suited Peach Fuzz as much. Then I was like, okay, let me go into my favorite peach palette from ColourPop, which is Coastal Coral. This one's a little bit more darker, I would say like mid-tone, and I definitely feel like we do still have some more warmth in here, but there's still that like pinky undertone to it. It's not as like orangey, you know what I mean? Like maybe these like lighter shades here, like this shade, I feel like is Peach Fuzz, but I was like, it's not hidden. So I was like, okay, let's look at Miss Bliss. And I feel like from ColourPop, maybe this is a little bit more peachy. You can see that these peaches are a little bit more orangey. They're not as pink. You could say like here as well. Thought I was gonna be using it for today's video, but turns out they're not as peachy as I thought. And then this one from Unleashia, it's their number 6 All of Citrus. I feel like the peaches in here is Peach Fuzz. Like these up here, you can see they don't really have such a pinky undertone to it, but again, it's not like a full peach palette. It has hints of greens in here as well. And then we come on to the last two palettes, which are the palettes that I use to create this look, which I feel like it's still a little bit like orangey, but there's like that peachiness to it. So the first palette is from Flower Nose. It's from their Swan Ballet collection in White Swan, and I thought that this matte shade here was like Peach Fuzz. They do have some more pinkier peaches in here, but I think overall it's like a nice like neutral peachy palette. And then the other palette I went in with is the Fenty Beauty number 5 Snap Shadow in Peach, which is so fitting. And this definitely is much more warm, but I feel like it's leaning a little too warm, like a little too orangey. Going into the Flower Nose palette, taking this shade here. This is going to be our base color, and it is quite light and honestly quite close to my skin tone, so we do need to slightly build this up. We're also gonna take that onto the lower lash line as well, just for that little wash of color. Then going into the Fenty Snap Shadow, taking the darkest orange. I'm just going to take a little bit of this at the outer corner just because I don't want this to show up too much because I feel like this is definitely orange. It's not very peach fuzzy at all, but just for some definition. And going back into the Flower Nose palette, I'm taking the brown. I'm using this to define the outer edge of my eye, and it's like a nice like milky brown, so it's not too intense. So it's just gonna give that slight definition that I need. And then going in with this shade here in the Flower Nose palette, it does come off a little silvery, but it does have like a slight peachy reflect to it. And we're just gonna warm it up with this shadow here from the Fenty palette. This is like a bit too golden. Honestly, it still does come off quite golden, but you know, not too silvery, I guess. Now let's talk about eyeliners for my egg yolk style. I'm first gonna go in with the Too Cool for School Art Class Frottage Pencil in the shade Shining Linen. And this is going to be like the base color. I feel like that just really like lifts that whole eye bag. Then I have this glitter stick from Unleashia in number 5 Dusk. This definitely does come off a little bit silvery, but it has that like slight peachy reflect as well. I'm focusing it more at the center. Going in with a little tinted brown liner just to contour that under eye bag. And you guys, this is probably the best discovery, but I have the ColourPop Creme Gel liners. There's actually a shade called Peach Fuzz. There's also this shade here called Shady Lane, which is also very, very similar as well. But because it's the year of Peach Fuzz, we're gonna go in with the shade Peach Fuzz. And then to finish off the eyes, we have mascara. I did go in with my normal black mascara, but ColourPop has colored mascaras, and they have these two that I feel like are quite peachy. So this one is called Sugar Pie, and this is what it looks like. Honestly, these wands are huge, it's so big, but I feel like this is very peachy. I don't know how well that's gonna like show up on the lashes, especially if you have short lashes like me. But I mean, it's an option, right? I think ColourPop is such a great place to get colored makeup. Then this one is called Wood Spirit. It's a little bit of like a darker peach. I feel like this would complement a peach look better, you know what I mean? And it would give definition to the eyes, but I'm just gonna go in with my normal black mascara. We got 2 more steps to go, blush and lips. I feel like blush, we got a lot of options. I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. I have this waffle blush from Sisua, which is Unleashia's sister brand, and this is the shade Apricot Sherbet. I actually don't really love this formula. I find it like kind of hard and confusing to use because it doesn't really show up on the skin. Then I got 2 blushes from Too Faced. It's their Love Flush blush. If you guys watched me for a long time, you will know the shade I Will Always Love You. I don't think this one's very peach fuzzy, but it is a nice like peachy orange type of blush, and I feel like it would complement a peach fuzz look. The other shade is called Love Yourself, which is more of like a pinky peach, but I still wanted to show these because I think the packaging is very cute. And then I think the best peach fuzz blushes would probably come from Flower Nose, just because the peach fuzz color is quite light, and Flower Nose does have blushes that go pretty light. So this one here is from the Swan Ballet collection. This one is a bit more peachy pink, so maybe not the top contender, but again would complement a peach look. This one here is from the Moonlight Mermaid collection in the shade Star Moon Tail, and this one's like a gradient blush, so I feel like the one right on top is very peach fuzzy, but I feel like this is a really nice like light peach blush. This would be maybe a contender for today. We have one from the Unicorn collection. This one is super light. I personally wouldn't wear this as a blush because it's just too light even on me, but it's like peach fuzz, right? Like that's a very peach fuzzy type of color. And then this one I think is from their Circus collection. I have not used this one before, but it's called Daydreaming, and the color on top I feel like is quite nice of a peach fuzz type of blush. And then the last last blush I want to show you guys is from Moira. It's their signature ombre blusher in Sweet Peach, and I feel like there's a good gradient of peach in here that the top part looks very peach fuzzy in my opinion. I think I'll actually go in with this today because I have not used this before and I've had this blush for so long. So yeah, I think we'll go in with this one today. I think I'm just gonna take like a mixture. Do you think it's coming off a little bit more like a peachy pink? But that's still quite nice, like you can see the difference. A nice peach color, and I like how it's like not too pigmented. So you can really build up the color. And then lastly for lips, I actually only have 4 options. I thought there would be so much more options, but I don't know, I think the Peach Fuzz color, again, because it's so light, it's hard to get a lip color that light. A lot of them go a little bit more mid-tone. I will go in with the Unleashia Oh Happy Day lip liner in number 2, Keep Smile. This one is definitely more pinky peach, but I think it's the peachiest lip liner I have. Let's swatch the potential lip colors. So first, the Flower Nose Lip Cream in SO1. This is like a nude peach. We got the Unleashia Hug Velvet Tint in number 3. This one's a little bit more orangey compared to Flower Nose. And then lastly, I just have one of the Flower Nose gloss from the Moonlight Mermaid collection. This is in GE01. This is like a nude peach. I think we'll go with Unleashia. How about we just do like an Unleashia combo? Unleashia lip liner, Unleashia tint. Alright guys, what do we think? This is the final Peach Fuzz makeup look, the Pantone color for 2024. Honestly, it's giving me a lot of flashback to my makeup maybe in 2019, 2020, 2021, where I was like hardcore warm tone peach girl. Everything about my makeup had to be warm tone. But I think over the years, and I think a lot of us realize just because we have a yellow undertone doesn't mean we suit warm tone makeup. You know, I think we all had that like kind of misconception, and I actually think a lot of us maybe suit cool tone makeup a little bit more, but honestly I love warm tone and cool tone makeup. I have appreciation for them both, and this was just really fun for me to do. I wonder how we will see Peach Fuzz throughout the year. I mean, you know, it's nothing so serious. I think I only think about it just because I do these videos. If I wasn't doing these videos, I honestly probably wouldn't think about it too much. I think peach has always been such a strong color. I think to like peak 2016, 2017, where, you know, it was beauty guru era and everybody was doing cut creases and warm tone eyeshadows. I think there was a big love for peaches. I think right now we are in our pink phase, but peaches are always there. You see it in packaging, you see it in a lot of shades. So it's definitely prominent in makeup, and I guess if I'm just comparing it to the past 2 colors I've done, I think Very Peri was definitely the most unique and hardest, whereas Viva Magenta and also Peach Fuzz is very, I feel like it's pretty common in makeup. But yeah, with that being said, I would love to know what you guys think of Peach Fuzz. I think it's very delicate and very whimsical, which I really like. I think the last 2 years has been really strong and dominant. Like Peach Fuzz just feels very like dainty, springtime, which I like. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts down below. That is going to conclude today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!